Hi everyone, it's your favorite CAD addict, Best of Delta. If you are still here, thank you for showing up today. If you just stumble onto my channel or you are a first timer in this channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so I'll be the first to know when next I post a video. I hope you are doing great. So today we are going to be looking at a new exercise. Alright, is the link to downloading this PDF document is in the description of this video, so do not hesitate to download it if you yet to do so. Alright, so in previous videos you've dealt with exercise 1 and I gave you guys exercise 2 as a practice exercise. Alright, so we have also looked at exercise 3. Today we are going to be looking at exercise 4. This is a little bit more complicated as compared to the previous exercises. So by virtue of this exercise, we are going to be looking at some tools like FILLET. We'll also look at layers. I believe by now layers is not new to you guys, so we are also going to make use of layers in this exercise. We'll make use of trim, the command trim. We'll also make use of a new term known as array. We'll make use of offset. You made use of offset before. We're also going to make use of it today. We'll also look at copy, and we'll also look at tangents or tangency. Alright, so let's dive into business. So I have my AutoCAD already open, but if you are new and you are watching my video for the first time, for the purpose of this tutorial I advise all my students to click on CAD ISO, since my drawings, the drawing in those exercises I just showed to you in the PDF document are all in metric system of measurements. Alright, so I will advise you use CAD ISO. Alright, so straight to business. Let's go back to our PDF document and take a look at that exercise again. Alright, as you can see on the screen, the width of this entire drawing is 120 plus 200 is 320. That is the width. Alright, then for the entire length, I would say is 160. Yeah, we'll have 160 there. Okay, 160 by 320. Yeah, 160 by 320. Alright, so I want us to start off from this point where my cursor is right now. We are going to start off from that point. That is going to be our origin. Alright, so let's get down to business. Okay, so we have to first thing first, we'll create layer. So go to the layer, go to layers, click on layer properties. Alright, then you right click on your mouse, right click, then you click on new layer. So you click that, then we are going to name this layer construct 1. Construct 1. Sorry about that, what a kind of splash on my table right now. So we'll name this layer construct 1. Okay, enter. And we don't want the color of our layers color to be same with the color of our main drawing, main line. So we have to choose another color for our construction lines. Okay, so in drafting, construction lines are very faint lines. They are not the actual lines you are looking for. They are just a means to an end. Okay, so we are going to change the construction color, the construction layer color. Alright, so for the purpose of this tutorial I like using cyan, so in order to do that, so you click on this little box where my cursor is right now. You click on this little box to change under the column color. You click on it. Once you do that, this dialog box comes up. The dialog box now select color, so we are going to choose cyan. Okay, so I'll click on cyan and you click OK. Then you close this dialog box. So in order to make the layer we just created construct 1 to be the current layer, you go to layers, you click on this drop down menu, then you select construct 1. Now that makes construct 1 our current layer. So we want to start off by creating construction lines. Okay, so you go to your drawing ribbon, the drawing toolbar, you click on the drop down menu of the draw toolbar, you click on construction line. Where my cursor is right now, you click on construction line, you do that, then you enter 0, 0 to start up from the origin. Okay, you see that the line is starting out a little bit from to the down of the screen, so have to zoom in order to see what, so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that is our origin there. You see it's starting off from the UCS, that is the origin. Okay, since I have the polar tracking turned on, so when this construction line gets to the vertical at 90 degrees, it will lock to the vertical. That is because I have the polar tracking turned on, so I will lock that to the verticals. Then I also have need another construction line on the horizontal, so I'll lock that another construction line at 0 degrees to the horizontal. Okay, we've gotten our construction line, so I have to exit the command by pressing the escape key on my keyboard. Okay, that is it. Now this UCS is kind of getting on the way, so we need to get rid of it from there. Okay, so you click on the UCS icon, click on it, then you right click on your mouse. The dialog box comes up. You scroll down to the bottom of the options you have there, you click on UCS icon settings. Okay, then you deselect show UCS icon at origin, you deselect it. Now it gets off the way. All right, so the width of our drawing, back to PDF document. Okay, the width of our drawing is 120 plus 200, that is 320 altogether. So we are going to offset this vertical line to a distance of 320. Okay, so you go to your modify toolbar, you click on offset, once you've done that, then you type in the offset distance 320. Okay, then press enter. All right, then you click on the line you want to offset the vertical construction line, so you click on the vertical line like so. That is it. All right, so you see that the offset distance is kind of small, so we have to zoom out so I can see what I'm doing there. You can use the roller part of the roller ball on your mouse to do that. So you roll it upwards in order to zoom out. Okay, you see it's kind of getting out of the center of it, so we have to pan to centralize our drawing. So you click on pan by the right of your screen there, you click on pan. Okay, then you drag it, you click anywhere on the screen there, you drag it to the right. Okay, you can drag to the left or drag to the right depending on where your drawing or construction is, in order to centralize the drawing. So I'm dragging to the right now. Okay, so I will still zoom out since it's still very small, so I will drag it in order to centralize it. That is it. So I'll press the escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. Okay, that is it. So we've gotten the width of our drawing at 320. Now we need the length, so we'll go back to our PDF document. Now the length, according to the dimension we have here, is 160. So we'll go back to AutoCAD. We need to offset the horizontal construction line at a distance of 160. So we'll go to modify, you click on offset. Okay, then you type in the distance 160, press enter, then you click on the horizontal construction line like so. Okay, now we have, which means now this box here where my cursor is trying, press the escape key to exit the command. Now the box you are seeing here right at the center is where we are going to have our drawing. Okay, so I'll still zoom out. Okay, all right, so let's start by putting in the major lines that we need. Like I said earlier, the construction lines are not the exact lines we need, they are just a means to an end. If you are to be on paper, these construction lines are supposed to be very faint lines. Okay, so I will go back to our main layer by go to layers, click on the drop down menu of the layers toolbar, then select the 0 layer, which is our main layer. Okay, that is where we'll be having our actual or what we call main lines that is needed for the drawing. Okay, so we've gotten the entire box that we'll be having our drawing. Okay, so we are starting off from this point. Where my cursor is right now. Okay, so first off we are going to produce this this rectangular shape here, this first rectangle where my cursor, as you see the way I'm moving my cursor, we want to produce this first rectangle. Okay, so now the first triangle has a width of 160. Is well, the first rectangle is 160 by 120. Okay, so let's produce this first rectangle. Okay, which means we will still have to offset. Okay, we will still have to offset the vertical construction line at a distance of 120. Okay, so let's offset again. Click on offset, type in 120, enter. You will offset this construction line to the left. Okay, the construction line that we have on the left hand side of this box, will offset it to a distance of 120. So click on it. Okay, so that is our box. So this box here is where we are going to be having our first rectangle of size 160 by 120. Press escape key to exit the offset command. Then to draw in our rectangle, so you go to the draw toolbar, then you click on rectangle. Here you have rectangle where my cursor is now, so you click on it. That is it. So you come to where you have your construction line. You see where the way my cursor is locking to the point of intersection of these construction lines. So ensure it locks to that point of intersection. So you click on it. Okay, so you click on it. Once you've done that, you drag down, you bring in that to the other end of intersection of the construction lines to get your rectangle. That is, so we now have our first rectangle. We have our first rectangle. Next up, back to our PDF document, we want to put the second rectangle of size 100 by 200. 100 by 200. That means now the total width of the first rectangle I have here is 160. Now the second rectangle that we are having is supposed to be 100 in width. Okay, so that means we are going to take off 30 on both sides of this rectangle in order to get. So we are going to offset at a distance of 30 each from both sides of this rectangle in order to get our second rectangle. So we are going to offset we are going to offset these horizontal construction lines at 30. So let's do that. Go to modify, click on offset. Okay, type in 30, enter. So we'll offset this horizontal line here. Click on it. That is it. Then we'll go to the bottom, offset the construction line as well at 30. Now this box, the box here is where we are going to have our second rectangle. So go to draw toolbar, click on rectangle. Ensure it locks to this point of intersection where my cursor is right now. Lock it there. Then you drag down to this other end. Lock it also to the point of intersection. Now we'll have our rectangles. Now back to our PDF document. You see there is no line here. Okay, there's no line here, so we have to get rid of this line. We are done with these construction lines here, so we can get rid of them. Let's just leave it for the time being. Okay, so we are done. We don't need this line here. Okay, so we are going to get rid of this. How do we do that? We'll go to our modify toolbar, then you click on trim. Okay, you click on trim, then you press enter to select every drawing you have there on the model space. You click enter, so you've selected there. Then you go to your drawing. You want to offset this line, so you click on the line to offset. You see the way my cursor is right on the line, so you click on it. Now the line is longer, and we have succeeded in trimming off that line from there because we don't need it there. So that is it. So we'll make progress. Okay, the next step, I want us to put in this shapes here that looks like a kind of a pipe or so, or vent. So we are going to draw in these three shapes. Okay, so let's do that. Now judging from our the dimension I have here, we are going to offset a distance of 10. Okay, from this extremity, from this end, we are going to offset at a distance of 10. Then from the horizontal, we offset a distance of 10. Okay, so let's do that. Back to CAD. Alright, so you go to offset, click on offset, then type in 10, press enter, click enter on your keyboard, sorry, then you offset from the top, then you also offset from the bottom as well. Okay, offset from here to 10. Alright, we're also going to offset this vertical line at this extremity. We'll offset at a distance of 10 as well. Okay, so that is it. That means that the vent, this pipe-like looking structure is going to start off from this point. Is going to end within this space, because it's not in contact with the end of these lines. Okay, and from the dimension, from the drawings, they are telling us that the radius of this shape here is 10. It's at 10. It's at 10. Okay, so we are going to, let's say, produce a cycle at 10 degrees. Okay, so press escape to exit that command. We still need to offset. In order to locate the center, I'm going to draw a circle here. Okay, I want to draw a circle here. So in order to locate the center of that circle, where the center is supposed to be, we still have to offset these lines that we just finished already at 10. We still have to offset it at 10, at a distance of 10 as well. So let's do that again. Click offset, type in 10. 10 is already highlighted there, so you press enter. Then we'll offset these lines again, both the vertical and the horizontal construction line. Offset again 10. Now this point, press escape to exit the command. Now this point where my cursor is now is going to be the center of our circle, and the radius of that circle is going to be 10 according to the dimension from our PDF document. So we'll go to draw tool by click on cycle. Okay, click on cycle. Then you lock in your cursor to the center of the circle at that point of intersection. You see the way it's locking down to that point. So you click on it. Once it locks in, you click on it, then you type in the radius as 10. Then you press enter. Now that's our cycle. Okay, now we still need to do what repeat this same step at this other end, because we also have, okay, we also have a circle at this other end too. Okay, so we have already offset the horizontal. We still need to offset the vertical. So we go to offset, click on offset, type in 10, then press enter. Okay, then you offset this vertical construction line. You offset it to the right. Okay, now that is going to be the center of our second cycle. Then you press escape. Now there's no need to pass through the stress of drawing another cycle, so I'm going to copy this cycle, this first cycle we just finished drawing. I'm going to copy it to this other end. Okay, so you go to your modify toolbar, you click on copy. Okay, click on copy, then you align the object you want to copy. Okay, AutoCAD says, okay, since you want to copy an object, tell me the object you want to copy. So we'll select the object, you select the cycle, sorry, I'll escape. Let's do that. That didn't go well. Let's do that again. You go to modify, click on copy, click on copy X, then we'll select the cycle because we want to copy this cycle. Okay, make sure the cycle is highlighted in the box. Okay, then you press enter. Then you specify the base point. Okay, specify the base point of your copy. You click at the center of this cycle. That is the base point. Okay, so then the second cycle is going to be at this point of selection of this construction line. That will be the center also. So we'll lock it into that point. That is it. So now we'll have our two cycles. So we'll exit the command by pressing the escape key on the keyboard. So we have our two cycles. Now we are done with these construction lines. We are having a whole lot of construction lines, so we have to delete some of them. Okay, so let's do that. Click on it to highlight the construction lines. Click on them. Okay, then you have both the vertical construction lines. Click on them. Okay, then you press delete on your keyboard. That is it. Now in order to back to our PDF document, in order to get these horizontal lines, if you look at it very well, the horizontal lines are touching the cycle. They are tangent lines, okay, touching the cycle at just one point, okay. So they are tangents to these cycles. We need horizontal lines that are going to touch those cycles at one point, which is, so we need tangent lines, okay. So we go back to CAD. You go to your object snap, okay, click on the drop down menu of the object snap, ensure that tangent is highlighted. Okay, we have it highlighted already, it's selected, so we can go back to CAD. Then you go to draw, click on line. All right, so you come down to your cycle, okay. Now you see, because we have a whole lot of options selected on our object snap, we're having problem is even selecting the center of the circle, but that is not what we need. What we need now is a tangent of the point of tangent of this cycle, okay. So we'll go back to our object snap, deselect some of these options, like the center we have to deselect, endpoint, midpoint we will have to deselect, in order to have optimum performance of this object snap. Now for tangency, we have to deselect even other options, even intersection and the rest of them. So what we have there is only tangents, okay. So we can go back to our drawing. So go back to that and go close to your cycle. You see now it's now highlighting the points of tangents on this cycle. So we'll click on the tangent points. Then for the first cycle, then we'll go to the next cycle. You click on the point of tangents too. That is, now we have our tangent, or an horizontal line is tangent to both cycle. So we need another tangent line as well at the bottom. So click on it on the point of tangent. It's almost at about 6 o'clock of the cycle, but it's not really at 6 o'clock. It's just at tangent, it's just touching the cycle at one particular point. Then click on the second cycle as well to locate the point of tangency as well. Then you click on it. Now we have the two horizontal tangent lines to this cycle. Then back to our PDF document, you see that we don't have a full complete cycle on this shape we have here. So in order to get rid of this lines that is making a complete cycle, we still need to make use of our trim tool, okay. So you go to modify, click on trim. All right, then press enter to select every object in the model space. Now we've done that. Now I want to get rid of this line and get rid of this line. So since we already have our trim command on, so you just go to the line you want to trim, you want to get rid of. There you just select it, click on it, and that should do it. All right, you click on this other line as well since you want to trim it. So now we have our shape. That's what we are looking for. That's exactly how the shape is in our PDF document, okay. But as you can see, we have two more shapes that is having two more shapes like this, okay. So we do not have to go through the stress of creating this shape one after the other. So we'll make use of a command called array. Now this command array will help you to produce a similar or a replica of this shape without you having to go through the stress of drawing them one after the other. So we'll go back to CAD. All right, so we'll go back to CAD, you click on array, okay. If you click on go to modify, you have array there where my cursor is right now. You see that the one that is highlighted currently is rectangular array, okay. We have other arrays too, okay. We have path array and we have polar array, but what we want to make use of now is rectangular array. So we'll click on rectangular array. All right, so once you've done that, the card will ask us to select the object we want to array. So we want to array this object, okay. So we'll highlight the entire shape of this object, okay. So we'll click, we'll highlight it, ensure it's enclosed in the box, okay. Then you click enter, then you press enter. All right, so we have our array. You see the way the object is now arrayed into 3 rows and 3 columns, but we don't need that. What you need is just a single column with a single column with a single column. That's what we need. We need a single column, okay. So we'll get rid of other rows, and it's also in the wrong direction. We need it down, but the array is going upwards, so we'll have to also correct that. So change the number of rows to 1, then press enter. Oh, sorry, sorry, it's supposed to be column. Okay, so what we have there, the rows are correct. What we have to change is the columns. Okay, so change it to 1. So we'll have only 1 column there and there 3 rows. So in order to change the direction, press in order to change the direction of this array, we have to, where my cursor is right now, you can click on this arrow head. Okay, you click on this arrow head, you click on it, then you drag it down. Okay, you drag it down like so. Okay, in order to change direction, then you click enter. That is it. Now we have our 3 objects, just like the way it is in our PDF document, and their space are the same distance, a distance of 10 in between each of these objects. Okay, so we can go ahead and close the array. So you click here where my cursor is, and you click on it to close array. So we are done with that part of the objects. So back to our PDF document, you can see at the edges of this rectangle, they are not pointed like we have now in our drawing. So we have to make sure they are curved just like it is in our PDF documents. So in order to do that, we make use of a command called fillet. Okay, so back to our CAD, you go to the modify toolbar. Okay, go to modify toolbar. Where my cursor is right now, you have the fillet. Okay, so you click on fillet. Once you've clicked on fillet, then you type in R to tell CAD that you are going to fillet. What you are going to fillet is a radius. Okay, arrow stands for radius, so you type in R, then press enter. Once you've typed in the radius, they will ask you for the size. What is the number of the radius you want to fillet? The size of the radius. The size of the radius according to our PDF document. So I think I forgot that. Let's go back to our PDF document. The fillet size is 10. So we'll type in radius 10. Okay, so type in 10 there. Type in 10, then press enter. Alright, then M, you type in M for multiple. We are not just going to work on one of the edges. We have a lot of edges, so type in M for multiple so that you don't have to be inputting the radius all the time. So you type in M for multiple. Alright, so you go to the edge you want to fillet. You click on one side of the edge. Okay, click on one side of the edge like this, and you click on the other side like so. Alright, so you make progress to the next one. Just click. You go ahead and click on all of the edges you want to fillet. Okay, like that. Okay, click on this edge onto the next edge. The next one, yes. Like so. Click on this other hand. This is the last edge. Oh, my mouse is kind of going crazy. Alright, so you click on this other edge. Now we have all our fillets in. The next step is want to draw in these 2 bad boys. Okay, want to draw in these 2 rectangles here, and you can see they are 20 at a distance of 20 away from both the vertical and horizontal edge of our first rectangle. So we will still need to offset. Okay, we'll have to offset at a distance of 20 both to the vertical and to the horizontal of our first rectangle. So let's do that. So you go to fillet, press the escape to exit the previous command. Then you go to your modified toolbar, click on offset, distance of 20, type in 20, then press enter. Then you offset, yes, offset the vertical construction line to the right at 20. Go to the bottom, the very bottom of the construction line, offset the first horizontal construction line from the bottom at 20 upwards too. Okay, escape key. We need to get rid of this other construction line. It's kind of getting on the way, so we have to delete it for now. Okay, get rid of that. Now our rectangle, those 2 bad boys, they are going to start off from this point, but we need to get the entire shape, the entire size of this rectangles, these two rectangles that is inscribed in the first rectangle. Okay, so yeah, according to our dimension, have the rectangle have a length of 80 and breadth of 40, so we have to offset at yeah, a distance of 80 and 80 by 40. Yeah, 80 by 40. So back to our CAD, go to offset, can offset. Okay, type in distance 80, then press enter, then click on this here, this where my cursor is now, click on it, offset. Okay, then back to click on offset again, type in 40 for the width of the rectangles. So you are going to offset this horizontal line, and you also offset this other one. Okay, so let's do that. Is this correct? All right, sorry, think we're having a little bit of a problem. Okay, this construction line right here is not what we need. This is not what we need. Okay, this is not what we need, so I have to get rid of it. Highlight it, then you press delete on your keyboard, then click on offset. What we need, the horizontal construction line we need here is supposed to be at a distance of 20, but that kind of look more than that, so we have to do that again. So click on offset, type in 20 and press enter, then click on the line you want to offset it downwards. Now that's our line there. All right, so we need to offset again at a distance of 40 in order to get the width of those two bad boys. All right, so you click on it, click on the horizontal downwards. That's now this box right here is where I'm going to have the first bad boy. Then we'll go to the bottom and offset this at a distance of 40 as well. All right, so that is it. So now these two bosses right here is where are going to have those guys, those bad boys. Okay, so press escape to exit the command, go to our PDF document. Okay, yeah, just cross checking for if we are on the right path. Okay, I believe we are on the right path. Okay, so back to CAD, we have to draw in those rectangles. So you go to your draw toolbar, click on rectangle. Yeah, like so, click on rectangle, then ensure your cursor locks to this point of intersection of this construction line. You see it's not locking to that point. Why is that? Because we do not have the midpoint and point of intersection highlighted or selected in the objects now. So we'll go back to objects now, the bottom right of your screen. Okay, go to the bottom right of your screen. You have objects now, click on the drop down menu of the objects now, click on it. Okay, then you select midpoint, select center, ensure that these points are selected, these options are selected, sorry, select in point of intersection. Okay, that should do it. Then you go back to our drawing. Now it's locking to that point of intersection. Okay, so ensure at every particular point in time, depending on what you want to achieve, ensure that the object snap is on. I like that, so I always have it turned on. Okay, so we'll lock on the cursor to that point of intersection. Okay, then join it to this other point in order to have our rectangle, like so. You click, then you go back. So in order to you don't necessarily need to go back to the tool again. You can just click on the space bar on your keyboard to enter the previous command. So I'll click on the space bar. Okay, the previous command comes back on, so I will go to the second point of intersection in order to put the second bad boy. All right, so I'll click on this point of intersection, then join it to this other point. Now we have our rectangles. Now we are done with this construction line, so we can get rid of them. So just click on them to highlight these construction lines. Click on them. Right, click on them like this, like I'm doing. So just click on it like that. All right, then you press delete on your keyboard to delete the construction lines. Now we have those two rectangles inscribed in the bigger rectangle. All right, as you can see from PDF document, the edges are not pointed, so we still need to fillet. The edges. The approach remains the same, and the fillet is 10 as well. The fillet radius is 10, so we still need to do that. The approach remains the same. Go to your card, go to modify toolbar, then click on fillet. Type in arrow to tell the card that we are going to enter a fillet radius. Then type in the fillet radius as 10. Press enter. That is, type in M for multiple. Then you click on the edges you want to fillet. Alright, so you click on the 4 edges for the first rectangle. This shouldn't take you much time to do. Okay, that is it. So move on to the second rectangle. Click on the 4 edges. Click on this edge. So now we have all the edges, all the fillets in there. Alright, so the next, I guess we're done with this drawing. We're done with it. Now we want to input these dimensions. We want to input the dimensions. In our previous video we talked about dimension, but I want us to look at it again today. So we have to input this dimension. So let's go back to CAD. Now what dimension helps us to do is to tell the machinist or workman, whoever that is going to be producing this shape, the actual size of this shape, what's going to work with. So ensure you input these dimensions. Okay, input it. It will help the machinist to achieve whatever design you are driving at. Alright, so we don't need these construction lines around here, so we'll have to turn off the construction layer. So you go to layers, click on the drop down menu of layers, then you click on this light bulb. Okay, click on it to turn off the construction layer. Click on it like so. Now we have the construction layer turned off. We need to create a new layer called dimension that will have all our dimension in. So we go to layers, click on layer properties, then right click on your mouse, then you click on new layer. Sorry, that didn't go well. Right click on your mouse, click on new layer. That is it. Then you type in the name of the layer, dimension. Press enter. Alright, what should be the color of our dimensions? You click on the column of color, the small box right beside your dimension layer. Click on it, select the color of your dimension lines and dimension text. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I like using this color blue, so I'll click on it, then click OK. Okay, then you double click on the dimension layer to make it the current, or to make it our current layer. So double click like so. Alright, then we'll close the dialog box. We are now on the construction layer. So let's put in the dimensions. So you go to annotation, you click on dimension. Where my cursor is right now, click on dimension. Okay, then you go back to your objects. You click on both ends of the line you want to dimension. Okay, so you click on this end, go to this other hand, you click on it. Now we are trying to input the width of this rectangle, so like so you click on it. Now that is dimension. As you can see, the dimension is very little, so we'll go to annotation. Now to make it visible to the eyes, so you go to annotation, click on the drop down menu of the annotation toolbar, then you go to the second option we have there, where my cursor is right now. Click on dimension style. Okay, so we want to make changes so that the dimension will be visible to the eye. So you click on modify. Yes, click on modify. That is it. Then you go to dimension, the text tab. Yes, go to the text tab. We'll change this text height to 5. Okay, let's change it to 5. Enter. As you can see from the preview screen, it's changing. Whatever changes you make, you are going to see the effect here at the preview screen. Okay, so you've changed the text height. We also need to make other changes, so we go to lines. we want our dimensions lines to be at a certain distance away from our main drawing. So we change, you go to the lines tab, then you click on offset from origin. Then you change it to 2. Okay, then press enter. All right, you see the changes here at the preview screen. As you are making these changes, you are seeing the effect at the preview screen. Okay, so that is, then we go to we need to make other changes, like here's the primary units. Here at the primary units tab, you can change the precision of your dimension. Okay, so we don't need this much precision in this drawing, so we can change it to just 0. All right, I guess that is all about it for now. Okay, so go to fit, we change, make sure you deselect this draw dimension line between extension lines. Just deselect this, then you click OK, click close. Right, you can, as you can see, the dimension line, these changes has really come to effect on our drawing, but it's still not very visible. So I'm zooming out so that you can see what I'm doing. Press escape key. All right, so input other dimensions, go to dimension, click on dimension, click on both ends of the line you want to dimension, like so. Click on it and drag upwards to take it away from your major drawing. Then we need to input the dimension, the dimension of this rectangle, these smaller rectangles inside. Okay, 40. Then here, click on both ends of this line to get the length at 80. All right, so click on these ends. Alright, so that's not going well. Let's try dimensioning this other hand. Okay, click on dimension. Okay, click on these ends to input the dimension of this side at 100. Okay, and then here we need to input the distance between these points and these rectangles. It's kind of getting on the way. This command, these instructions are kind of getting on the way, so I have to pan upwards to get away from this command. So we click on pan. When my cursor is there, I click on pan, then you press hold the left button on your mouse, drag it upwards, okay, to move it away from those instructions. Then you press escape key to exit that command. Then go back to dimension annotation, then you click on dimension. All right, so we have to input this dimension here. Okay, at 20. Yes, so at 20. Then between these points here and then here at 20 as well. That's correct. Then the fillet radius, in order to save us the trouble of our cursor snapping to the midpoints and the tangents, so we have to turn off the object snap. Then click on dimension, like so. Okay, that is our fillet radius. Okay, that's our fillet radius. Are we missing anything here? Let's take a good look at this. Are we missing anything here? All right, okay, the distance between this end and to those funny looking shapes at the middle of our drawing. Okay, so click on this end. Okay, click on this other end. It's at okay, sorry, there's no need to dimension that, so I press escape key to exit. Okay, we want to know the distance between these shapes. Okay, so click on dimension, click on one end of this, click on the other hand. It's at 10. That's correct. Let's try and click on this. Okay, we want to get, yes, at this point at 10 as well. That's correct. Are we missing any other thing here? No. Okay, so I will zoom in. So that's our shape right there. That's our shape right there. That's our drawing right there with all the dimensions in. Okay, so As it it's looking good. Ensure you do a nice job. So what did we look at today? We talked about layers. We look at how to create layers, how to change layer colors. We also looked at fillet, how to make use of fillet. We looked at array. We made use of the trim command. We also made use of copy, offset, and also looked at how to create tangent lines. So that is it. We are progressing. So thanks for watching, and I believe I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.